So, can someone maybe report to me what they think? Because my steering again has got me trumped up with some weird, I don't know, something doesn't feel right. I mean, the on-center feel, just going straight down the road, is excellent. It doesn't feel like a worn steering component or anything, but when I speed up, and if I go to do like this, it doesn't take any effort for me to go from here to do this. And then after, it just kind of, I don't know if you can tell, but it almost like returns to like a jiggle. It's just, it feels kind of, I guess the word to describe it as is kind of light, and that's the way to describe it, almost gelatinous. I don't know. I don't really know if that's the right word to describe it, but it doesn't feel loose. It's definitely not loose. I had my power steering pump replaced the other day at my Honda dealer. They recommended an aftermarket pump versus an OEM pump because the aftermarket pump was like $200 and the OEM pump was like $600 or $700, and they said that it really isn't different. But I kind of noticed, just, I don't know if it's that or if it's the, I did have my steering rack adjusted. So my steering, I did have my guide bolt tightened on the steering rack. So there was also, that was also done. And I did have a TL type, a TL base sway bar put in the back, a 17 sway bar. I doubt that has anything to do with it. And I did have a front strut bar from an Accord 6-speed put on. But I don't think a strut bar would make the steering lighter on the highway. I just don't see how that would be doing that. Either it's the adjustment bolt that was tightened, either maybe changed some geometry in the rack or something, either that and I have to have that back loose a little bit, or the power steering pump that they put in is stronger puts out more boost than the OEM pump did. So I don't know what to do then, because then I'd have an extra pump and I'd still have to go back for an OEM pump, and it costs over $700 to have that put in, then I'd have an extra one laying around that I can't use. Either that, I went ahead and dropped the power steering fluid. It was a little overfilled. I dropped it back down, but it's still it didn't do anything. I don't know. It feels really weird. The steering feels almost like a modern car when you put it on comfort. Have you ever driven a modern car that's on comfort? And how it's kind of got that numbness, that lightness to it. It's not numb, but it just feels really light. Not when I'm going really slow like this, but over 5 miles an hour. Like before, it was kind of, say like this, like before it would be like this, and it would take a good bit of like a little grunt, a little to make it go that way, or to make it go that way. It would stay dead center, and it require a good amount of resistance to break it free to the left or right. Now I'm going down the interstate, and I'm just doing like this, and it's just changing. I can change a lane like that. It's just over boosted. Nothing's worn out. Everything in the suspension looks just fine. I don't get it. I am confused as all heck and really disappointed. So if anyone on here can figure out anything about what's going on, because everything looks right. Nothing is wrong. I can't find anything wrong. I just don't know why it feels over boosted. But the reason I bought this car was because it did not have over boosted steering like a Toyota or a Chevy or something. It had a good, solid, sturdy feeling in the steering. That's why I bought this car, and I feel like the reason I bought this car for is no longer there. So, whatever y'all think.